All right, so welcome back to this module or welcome back to this course. Today we'll be looking at module 8, where we'll be looking at physical survival, combat skills, and self defense. Now, at the end of this module, you should be able to learn how to develop the mental preparedness needed for physical survival situations. You should be able to master basic self defense techniques and combat strategies. She was able to understand the importance of situational awareness and threat identification. She was able to apply the principles of combat skills in real life survival scenarios. By way of introduction, in addition to traditional disaster management, physical survival skills, including combat skills and self defense, plays a vital role during emergencies, especially in conflict zones or situations where personal safety is at risk. Whether it is defending against physical attacks, ensuring situational awareness, or understanding basic combat techniques, these skills can be life-saving during time of crisis. This module provides practical training in physical surviving tactics, including the development of a combat mindset, effective striking techniques, and escape strategies. Now let's look at the combat strategy, looking at situational awareness and the OODA loop. Now, what is situational awareness? This is continuously scanning your environment to assess potential threats. This is what situational awareness is. The key principle here is to observe for unusual activities, identify exits, and avoid distractions. The benefit of situational awareness is that there's early detection of threats, there's proactive response, and there's maintenance of safety. Now, let's look at threat identification. That is the ability to recognize the nature of a threat that allows for proportionate and effective responses. This is threat identification. Examples of threats include armed robbers, violent mobs, environmental hazards, and all of that. Now, the strategy for threat identification is to observe body language, trust your instincts, and prioritize threats based on immediacy. Now, let's look at the OODA loop. What is the OODA loop? It stands for observe, orient, decide, and act. This is a structured decision making process to guide quick response in combat. Like I said, the steps are what? You observe your environment, you orient, you give yourself orientation, you decide what to do, then you act on it. Then let's look at self defense. Let's look at the stance, the movement, and striking. Now, what is the importance of self defense? This equips individuals to protect vital body areas and neutralize threats. You can see this image now. What's happening there? That's self defense. They are teaching each other self defense here. Now, let's look at the focus of self defense. Its focus is on survival, efficiency, and creating opportunities to escape. Now, let's look at stance and movement. Let's look at foot placement. Now, when you are faced with a kind of situation where you have to defend yourself, this is the step you have to follow. You have to first of all look at your foot placement. Your your feet shoulder, your feet shoulder wide apart. Your knees slightly bent for stability. This is what you should do. So your feet shoulder width apart, and your knees you bend them slightly for stability. Then your hand position, your hand should be near your face, ready to block or strike. Then for mobility, you move in multiple directions to evade attacks. You should go left, go right, go down. Then, what are some of the effective striking techniques? After you are done stancing and moving, you have to be able to strike. Now, what are some of the effective techniques you can use to strike back? Now, there's what they call the open hand strike. Palm strikes to the nose or jaw. You can touch your fist and strike to the nose or the jaw of the offender. Then there's elbow strike, close range strike to the face, ribs, or heads. Then there's knee strikes, targeting the lower body when in proximity. You can use your knee to knee the person. Then we have the kick or foot stomp. This is targeting the shin, the knees, or insteps to destabilize the attacker. Now let's look at some of the escape strategy, grapple, escape, and leverage techniques. Now, escaping grabs and holds. Now you grab the waist, you rotate your wrist around the thumb and pull free. You can see in this example here, wrist grab. You can see what the guy is doing. The guy rotated the wrist, grabbed the thumb, and pulled free. Now, what about the chokehold? Tuck your chin to protect your airway and use elbow or shoulder to break free. You can see you tuck your chin to protect your airway. You hold it up like just like the image to protect your airway. Then you use your elbows or shoulder to hit the person at the back to break free. Now, what is by a bear hug? A bear hug, you drop your weight, then you strike vulnerable areas and escape. You hold the person tight, then you strike the vulnerable areas, then you escape. So that's what you can see an image of someone that was giving a bear hug. Yeah, that's what the bear hug is. Then let's look at leverage and body mechanics. This is where you use the attacker's momentum and leverage for escape. Now, the practice is that you need to start slow to ensure proper technique, then you gradually increase your speed and intensity. Now, what are some of the psychological aspects of self-defense? When you are able to defend yourself, you have confidence. Attackers are less likely to target individuals who project awareness and self-control. There is also focus. Staying calm and focus helps in making better decisions under pressure. So when you understand self-defense, you are focused. There's also fear management. Training and repetition reduce panic, allowing instinctive and effective responses. So there's also fear management. Training and repetition, you reduce panic. You don't panic when you have faced it with an attack. There's also assertive communication. That you can do shout commands like back off or leave me alone. And what are some of the daily drills for muscle memory and reflexive responses? Then we have repetition, we have orders. But first, repetition. This is the regular practice that ensures techniques become instinctive under pressure. Then we have stance and movement drills. This practice shadow boxing and moving in defensive stances. Then we have striking drills. This uses sponge bags, pads, or airstrikes to practice accuracy, power, and reaction speeds. Then we have grappling drills. This is where your partner drills to practice escape from wrist grabs. This is where you practice with somebody. Chokeholds and bear hugs. You can see in the image that is displayed. Then we have scenario testing, where you simulate low light conditions or confined spaces to practice it. You can just practice it in a low light condition. So that in case it happens, are you able to handle it? Then we have stress drills that combines physical drills with time challenges to improve reflexive actions. Now let's look at integrating your combat mindset and situational awareness. We have looked at what a combat mindset is. We have also looked at what situational awareness is, scanning the environment. Now, combining your skills. Physical defense is most effective when combined with the combat mindset and what? Situational awareness. Now, the first thing you do when combined, like the combination that is observe, scan your environment for potential threats. This is situational awareness. Then identify escape routes. Know your surroundings and potential safe exits. Stay under situational awareness. Then apply your OADA loop. You observe, you orient, you decide and act, ensuring quick, effective, and what? Rational responses. Then the self-defense, use techniques only when necessary, primarily to create space and escape. Now, by way of conclusion, this module covered physical survival and self-defense techniques, which are essential for personal safety during emergencies. By developing a combat mindset, mastering basic self-defense techniques, and practicing daily drills, individuals can greatly increase their chances of surviving physical threats and protecting themselves and others in times of crisis. Now, by way of assessment, there is a 15 minutes multiple choice questions to assess your understanding of this combat mindset and self defense techniques. Then after that, you carry out a short report where you analyze these real-world scenarios, and now you propose to use your combat skills to survive and escape. That will be all for this module. See you all in module 9.